Hi ladies and gentlemen, Murin Reisenberg here again. This is going to be a personal video. Let's just call this Why I Rarely Smile Part 2. Okay, this is merely a follow-up of the first edition in which I explained to people why it is that I rarely smile. This is a phenomenon that multiple people have pointed out. And today was another instance where someone told me, hey, it wouldn't hurt you to smile a bit. Again, I already mentioned in that video, the primary reason for me not smiling is my location, which is the exact opposite of what I am and an insult to what I am, bluntly put. My location is worth less than nothing, and I'm the exact opposite, obviously, even if I say so myself. I'm by nature already a serious-minded person. I've explained all of that in that video so that people know exactly who, what, where, why, and how. Okay, but I simply felt like I felt that it was necessary to also point out what it is that I'm going to discuss in this video. And the rule, he that increaseth knowledge, or not the rule, but the phrase or the saying uttered by King Solomon allegedly, he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow, applies like no other for me. Another reason, again, like I just said, this is a minor reason, but it's a reason nevertheless. Another reason for why I rarely smile, despite the fact that I'm in a neutral mood, it might come off as if I'm angry, despite the fact that I am literally just in a neutral mood. My mind is blank, more or less, and so are my emotions. The thing is that a lot of people don't know it, okay? Magical work, the way that I practice it, and the extent and the sheer severity and degree to which I practice it takes an incredible toll on you mentally. It's literally like having multiple anvils, you heard me right, anvils on top of your shoulders mentally. That's what it feels like. Well, not mentally, literally, astrally. Again, you can compare it to a professional athlete, a professional athlete suffering from, let's just say, a professional soccer player or football player suffering from injuries and cramps to his legs and broken toes and all of that. Ask any of these guys that do this for a living, for example, and they'll tell you that, yeah, stuff like this is normal. This is something that people rarely pay attention to. When people think of professional soccer, like the likes of Europe and so on, or being in the NBA or anything, people only think of the glory. They only think of making a lot of money. That's the way they see these athletes. They think of them making a lot of money, being popular, having millions of fans, and all of that. But they have no idea what the downsides are. And if you ask these guys, they'll tell you that they literally, almost on a near daily basis, suffer from things like cramps and so on. Okay, that they experience broken toes and broken this and that on a near daily or frequent basis. And that's normal. What do you expect? These guys push their physical bodies to the limit, even over the limit, well past the limit, and that's the result. Okay, everything has a downside to it, generally speaking, and in this case, it's no different. I have never discussed this extensively, but well, here I'm doing it, and here now I'm doing it. Again, my work takes an incredible toll on me mentally, okay? The way that I just sigh like this regularly. And I sigh this way because I simply, it just happens naturally. It's not because I'm in a bad mood or because I have problems or because I feel weary or anything like that, no. Or I'm just tired mentally and so on, no, that's not at all, okay? It's just that, again, my work takes an incredible toll on me. People only see the benefits of my work in most cases. They only see all the good things and the tremendous results that I've achieved, but they haven't seen, or they're not seeing what the downsides are to being able to do what I do and achieving the results and the things that I've achieved. It takes an incredible and tremendous toll on me mentally. I've already mentioned in a couple of videos neurosis and rage, so anger and just having thoughts from the past and things that happened 20 years ago just shift through my head almost like they happened yesterday, accompanied with the negative emotions. And most of them are negative thoughts. These aren't positive things that occur to me or happen to me. Generally speaking, the things that happen to me are negative things. But in any case, it takes a tremendous toll on me. I literally know what the definition is of the phrase that King Solomon said, he that increaseth knowledge increaseth pain, because I live it every day, okay? if you increase knowledge and wisdom the way that I have done occult wise, you'll know what sorrow and pain is, okay? You'll become melancholic like I am. Okay, once you've reached the level of enlightenment that I've reached, then you'll see how you'll start to load and to test the world, because you're able to see the world for what it really is. You won't be able to either turn a blind eye to all the negativity, okay, or just ignore it altogether. Once you're self-enlightened, okay, once you're past that point of superficiality, okay, you're way past that point, and then you'll truly be able to see. Then you won't be able to unsee what you've seen. Okay, it's like knowing something and you simply won't be able to unknow it, okay, or undo knowing it. That's why there's also the phrase ignorance is bliss, okay. The dumbest people are the happiest. People that are ridiculously superficial are the happiest, because they just go through their lives like dunces. They can hardly count to 10, and these people, generally speaking, are the most upbeat people. They're the happiest and so on. They always smile and all of that. I'm the exact opposite, because I'm melancholic in general, because I know how the world works, okay, regardless of my location. And like I mentioned, this is a minor reason, but a reason nevertheless, okay. The primary reason is my location itself. But yeah, in any case, this I'm familiar with this phrase like no other, okay. He that increaseth knowledge truly does increase its sorrow. The most important thing, and what I will close off with, is that I wouldn't have it any other way, okay. I would much rather be melancholic, or even in a bitter mood, or let's just say, generally speaking, come off as angry to people, or unfriendly and distant, or having a negative aura, or an unfriendly aura towards people. I would much rather be that way than the opposite, than just being some worthless dunce that can hardly count to 10. I would never, nor will I ever, give up everything that I have achieved, and all of my knowledge and wisdom. The thing that I attach the most value to, or one of the things that I attach the most value to, is my knowledge and wisdom, my occult knowledge and wisdom over on how the world works and everything from an occult perspective, as well as overall in general. Okay, I would never give this up, okay? Like I said, everything has a downside to it. Everything has a downside to it, okay? You can't have one without the other, generally speaking, and this is the case in the topic that I just discussed. Okay, if I were superficial and a dunce, if I was just completely superficial, then I would also, you know, I'd also be smiling non-stop, going nuts, you know, and everything. No, I'm the exact opposite, and I love it this way, okay? I'm definitely never, nor will I ever give up who I am, just for the sake of coming off as jolly to people. No. I don't owe anyone to anything. I don't owe anything to anybody or anyone except myself, okay? And I'm happy just with the way I am regarding mental, astral, and physical state and being. Although there is always room for self-improvement. But my point simply is that I'm content with being knowledgeful and enlightened, but being sorrowful at the same time. Because I realize and I know that I can't have the one without the other. And again, I would much rather be melancholic but enlightened than the exact opposite, than to be just jolly and happy and cheerful overall, but as stupid as a doorknob or as stupid as a tic-tac. I'm sorry, no. Absolutely not. So this is just so you guys know. This is a personal video, just like the first one. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.